Oh, this is so annoying. I gotta go over here and like click on this and increase it for how much I want, and then I gotta come over here and do it again. I should really automate this. So welcome back, my fellow duplicants. Today I'm gonna automate the inventory management for the rock granulator here. Now this is based off a tutorial video I found on the internet made by this wonderful guy down here. It says automated production and inventory tutorial. Pretty good video, you should check it out if you really want to try this in your base. Cool thing is that he even made this flowchart of how it works. Check this out. So what we're going to do is combine the smart storage here, a clock, rock granulator, and a little bit of automation in order to automatically turn that thing off once we fill up the storage bin. And then we'll do some other stuff so that we don't constantly go back there and run the machine over and over again. Now there's a lot of different ore that I have in the base here. I don't think I really want to refine copper, although there is a mod that allows me to go from copper back to copper ore if I wanted to. But if you use up all of your copper ore, then you won't be able to build like a ton of Atmo suits at some point. So I try to avoid refined copper if possible. However, gold and iron, I use that all the time. And then as I unlock more and more materials, I can do that as well. You know, like lime is useful for steel, and there's other pieces of equipment that'll actually work off this same sort of automated inventory system once I have it set up. I think a good place to set this up is going to be right up here because it's close to where we're storing a lot of our material. So that's just going to reduce the run. Now today I'm just going to set this up with the rock granulator, but I think in the future I want to set it up with the metal refinery. Although I want to look into just how much energy we can get back out of the metal refinery by running it to a steam turbine. So I think that's an experiment that'll have to happen here before I go and actually set it up in this base. But let's start it off. I think this is a good spot right up here to do so. So we'll just build this out. We can just use good old sandstone for the most part. All right, so what I want to do is have a rock granulator, and I'm just gonna put that right here. Then I'm going to leave 2 tiles to the right, 1 tile to the left. So then that would be just like this. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday, or whatever day it is you guys are watching this. My day got off to a really weird start. I had one of those awkward sleeping nights where my body said, oh, I thought you said a nap, not actually sleep all night. Oh, okay. I had one of those weird nights where it was like, I tried to go to bed early so I could wake up and get to work and be super productive, get this video done. Okay, so you can see that we have 3 rock granulators here right now, at least in this arrangement. And if I look back at this sweet guide here, you can see that we want to have a smart storage bin. Now, smart storage bins take refined metal, so let's go ahead and just make a little bit more iron ore. Oh, that'll be the last time I ever have to do this, hopefully. And then we can slap that sucker down right there. Boom! That's 1. Now, is this working over here? We keeping that carbon dioxide down there? Ooh, you are trying to mess me up, aren't you? Looks like I might have expanded that room just a little bit too much. So we'll slap a band-aid in there for now. Put a little carbon dioxide up there. These super dupes are great for doing that thing. What? How'd you get out, Draco? Are you kidding me? We deconstructed 1 tile just to move the wall back. And it all happened within a millisecond, and you found that opportunity to get out. Oh. Alright, fine. I mean, at this point, I might as well just leave it open. Let's go ahead and just dig the rest of this out, because we are right there. We can kind of make this into a bigger area. Not to mention there's a lot more of these machines that'll need to be built, so I'm gonna have to dig this eventually anyhow. Now this is a pretty sweet biome. Like, I think this is a good spot for doing some Draco farming, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of great spots for Dracos. Maybe this over here. No, I don't have as much pincher peppers. Like, that's pretty dope right there. It's always nice to have like wild pincher peppers. Ah, you missed one. Come on, dupes. There you go. Good job. Okay, there we go. That's plenty of carbon dioxide. All right, so one of the important things that I need to build here is a clock pulse. So the way I like to do that is just using a buffer and a knot. And there's other ways to do this, but this is what I'm going to be using here. So that looks just like that. And then my clock pulse will come out right up there. Okay, so pretty much just following what I have lined up right here. I just want to use a filter gate. Okay, so I need some filter gates, which I've put right up here. And then on top of that, I'm just going to use the power shutoff. So that'll go right there, there, and there. I'm really just following this right back here. So that design right there. So I need a memory toggle switch right over here. Just stick that right behind the rock granulators. All right, so just wiring this thing up. can see that I'm doing some numbers right there. And then as I follow this thing, this is going to go out into the reset. So that goes to a buffer gate and then into the reset side. So I could just put the buffer right down here. Okay, and this is going to allow my machine to be on or off, essentially. I'll explain in detail more what's going to happen here in just a second here, just laying it out. You have to see everything before you can understand it. So, all right, here we go. This is going to be 25 down there. There we go. Go ahead and make some more. And then just connect that to the outside of the memory toggle. There we go. So all of these should be pretty much automated at this point. The only thing is I need to use my clock, which can really come from anywhere. I just kind of put it down here for now. And that feeds in right here. All right, let me go ahead and just build a couple of samples here. We need some tungsten. We have iron, and I have gold right now. So go ahead and do that. If we can make some lime, that would be fantastic. But I don't think I'm going to set any of these up to be for that right now. Just the 3 metals I mentioned. So I will store iron in here. How much do I want to keep on hand? How about 2,000 kilograms? I end up using iron quite a bit. All right, dupes, I need a little bit more. There you go. Way to smash that auto. All right, so just doing all the power now, just to plug everything in here. So that. Need more iron. All right, there's a little bit of power. There's some more power. Done. Good deal. Okay, now this thing here is saying, that just needs to be like, what, 1 second? That's 1 second. That's 1 second. Perfect. Copy those settings. 111. Oh, here we go. Here's yet another geyser right over here. So directly to the right of all of my refineries, there's something in there. Not sure what though. You can see that the farm is now down to temperature. These things have been disabled for a good amount of time. If you take a look at that, yep, about 20 degrees, 22. Perfect. And the slime lung in here is not bad at all. Okay, so over here on the left I have iron. Now I'm going to put some gold in here, and then tungsten. We'll keep a little bit of that on hand. So at best, I think 800 kilograms is about as low as I'd want to go. Might keep a little bit more gold there, about 1,000, and then 2,000 for the iron. So what I can do here, I should be able to do is go ahead and set this to forever on iron. I can set this to forever on gold, and I should be able to set wolframite on forever as well. Oh, one thing I need to do here, which I didn't do correctly, is I need to run the power through this power shutoff. Now the reason I need to run it through the power shutoff is because the whole way that this automation system works is that it just enables the smart storage bin for just a moment to tell us, you know, is it ready for more material or not? All right, so let's just follow the automation on this one real quick and we'll see what's happening here. So this clock pulse goes over here, and what it's going to do is just send out a 2-second pulse to the rest of this. So that goes over here and it enables this smart storage bin just for a moment here to say, okay, am I full or not? And because this one is not full, it does not reset the memory toggle switch. So because of that, the automation comes down here and says, okay, this should be on. So because we're not full, this should be on. So now we're going to run the machine a little bit, and since these super dupes are super fast, they'll just kind of plow through that right now. So there we go, we're running. And one of the other things I should mention here is that you can change the interval on this, you know, to be whatever you want. So right down here, I could say, you know, every 60 seconds, we'll check it. So essentially we're checking that 10 times a day. Now the reason that that's kind of cool is because these smart storage bins actually consume power. But since we're just running a small pulse of power to it, we're not going to consume a lot of energy. So you can see right down there, you can see how much energy was used yesterday. But we'll see today, now that we're only going to send the signal out a few times, that the amount of, you know, energy we're using to just check the inventory is not going to be very much. Now these super dupes are so fast, I might actually want to deal with the overrun a little bit here, right? So we build up too much because we can only check every 60 seconds or so. So this thing may be full. Matter of fact, it looks like we're almost full, but we haven't, you know, we're not going to check it anytime soon, so this thing will just stay active. So we'll end up building a little bit too much. But the tutorial gets into all of this stuff down here, such as like batch manufacturing or safety stock if we wanted to get into that. So we build up a certain amount and then we check a certain amount over there as well. There's some pretty cool things that you can end up doing with this whole system. Okay, so there we go. We just sent a signal through and we've maxed out the amount of iron we have. So at this point, it said, okay, I'm good. But then a second later, it was like, nope, you're not good. So I reset it. So now this is off and I'm not going to make any more iron ore. And you can see that we have basically 2,000 plus 75 over there that was built in between intervals of checking this inventory. So that's kind of cool. It's an easy way to not have to go down here and constantly add more and more numbers to all of these different like things that we want to build. Now this can be applied to all sorts of things. You know, we could help Merc out here if we really wanted to, so that he doesn't have to constantly make food all day long. But don't get me wrong, it's good to have lots of extra food. But that was just iron. So let's go ahead and enable this and we'll try the next one here, which is going to be gold. So you can see we're processing the gold and we're storing it up over here. This is only going to be 1,000 kilograms. Look at them go. Look at how fast they are. It's ridiculous. And there we go. Now we've checked it, but we were not quite full yet. So we're just going to sweep the rest of that up. I think it wouldn't hurt to make that a little bit higher priority than the rock granulator so that you prefer to sweep that in there. There you go. Okay, so now this will pretty much max it out. We should have 1,000 in there. Okay. Now we're just waiting for the automated signal to come through to disable this machine so that we stop making more. And now with these super dupes, they run really fast. There we go. So now it's turned off. So we did get a little bit of overrun on this one. So if I wanted to set this up with a little bit of safety stock, right? So we have essentially 1,000 kilograms on hand, but we're only checking to see once that inventory is gone. Then what I can do is I can just put a normal storage bin in front of that. So right here, right there, and right there. So my refined metal right down here, this is just going to be iron. And what I want to say is I'm just going to put our 2,000 here. And then over here, I'm just going to change this to like 200. So this one's gold. Again, we're just going to bring that down to 200 and we'll put gold over here. So we have a certain amount of material that we can chew through before we ever go back and run the rock granulator again. Okay, so in order to use the whole safety stock thing here, we're just going to set these to the same priority. And we know that the dupes go to the one that's closest to them. So the flow for these dupes is in over here on the left and then they run this way. So they will pull from this storage bin before they go to that storage bin. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to set this up for how much inventory I want. So if we want to draw down 2,000 but once we get below that, we get into our safety down here. And at that point, we can go and replenish all of the rock granulator. Use the rock granulator or whatever equipment I have here to replenish my entire inventory. Because they will store to this one first. And then after that, they'll continue to store to the smart storage bin. So you can see what Stinky's doing here. He's gone ahead and he's loaded up this storage bin. And now, once that one's full, they'll start to load up the smart one. There they go. So now they're loading up the smart storage bin. Then just after a little bit here, there we go. Okay, and now that's full. So we will disable this at the next check of the inventory here. So here comes a pulse, and this should disable now. There we go, and now we're disabled. So we have to draw down below 2,000 before we ever will run this once again. Now, of course, if that doesn't really make sense to you, probably go check out the tutorial up here. It's cool. If you can use it to your advantage, then it's really useful. All right, what else do we need to do, dupes? I think we have to research some other things here. The glass forge will be needed, and I'd definitely like to use the metal refineries rather than using the rock granulators up here because that's kind of wasteful in the long run. I've also given my hatches a little something to eat over here. There you go. Actually, are they eating slime? Okay, so if we take a look at the reports here, we should see just how much power was sent into the smart storage bin. So yesterday we used just 3.5 kilojoules. That's actually the lowest of anything. We used more on the ceiling light than we used on the smart storage bin. So you can see just how efficient it is to run the pulse to the smart storage bin rather than just running it all the time. All right, so that was pretty cool. Slightly educational, I like it. Okay, so I noticed this over here. I had put these down here with the intention that they were going to end up clean. But as it turns out, I look over here and I look at the polluted water and you can see that there's 1.5 million food germs in there. And the reason there is that is because there's carbon dioxide down there. So it's hanging out in the carbon dioxide. So I think that's going to be a topic for a future video right there. How do we clean the germs out of polluted water? I've done a video on it, and we also discovered some things in a live stream the other day. But before I head out, let's go ahead and see what this is over here. Not only that, I'll dig up a little bit more wolframite so that we can run the rest of that automation. So get digging, dupes. Man, look at this. This cold biome just keeps going up and up and up. How's the temperature doing inside of here? There's some warmer stuff over here. I think I might try to do a little bit of a cooling loop at this point. Ooh, this right here would be a nice target for it too. Which makes sense because there's a water sieve down there. We can make some barbecue. Merrick, let's fire up some barbecue. Let's eat good. Barbecue. Yes. Well, we're going to disable that. We don't want to eat it up just right now, do we? How high does this cold biome go? Look at it. Look at it. Just keeps going. This is the best cold biome I've ever seen. Now, what is inside of here? Oh, buddy. A leaky oil fissure. Now, hey. Easy with the oil. Oh boy. So that will be fun. I wonder what we could do with crude oil. I think I got an idea. Again, another topic for a future video. Alright, dupes, just keep digging. I want to see what else is up here. Okay, I don't want this to burst and have issues, so let's go ahead and just make those out of that nice refined metal, which I just made today. So there we go. You can stay in there just for a little bit, please. Oh, but this will be good. This will be good because now that I have oil, I could replace this with that metal refinery. Yes, and then I can run oil. See how that works when I run it to a steam turbine. All right, we got some skills. There you go, Merc. If you want to go ahead and do some plumbing, that would be fantastic. Stinky, what can you do? How about some building? Only 2 skills. This hasn't been a very long amount of cycles, actually. Today was technically complicated, not long in many cycles. Wow, I definitely dug that out and released all the Drecos. Oh, no. Quick, let's close them off before everyone gets out. You know what? I could just deliver Drecos right down here, couldn't I? Just use a ladder to get in. This puffed. Super Meeps Puffed is just hanging out in here constantly. You want to go anywhere else? Anywhere? That would be fantastic if you would. Nope. Alright, looks like I finally found the top of the cold biome over here. That goes up a good long ways, doesn't it? Oh man, you poor guy. Sorry, Merc. I figured somebody with like super abilities would come over here to do this, but no. No, I guess it's you. Let's go ahead and turn your priorities down for digging. There you go. You don't have to do that. Mark, there's a lot of water down here. Is that your fault? Did you mess up here? There it is. There it is. The glossy Dreco. Alright, target acquired. I will skin you and take the plastic. Alright, so if I get a glossy Dreco, then I can get some plastic out of it. Ooh, that would be really useful. Only 1 glossy Dreco that I found thus far, though. So, guess I'll have to set up a Dreco ranch. This just looks like an awesome place for it. Maybe. Although I think this is potentially even better, because I mean, look at those. Look at those pinch pepper nuts. Now, let's check this out. How much do we have? We have wolframite. I've got 6 tons of that. So we haven't gone over here to... Oh, that's because it's not enabled. Okay, there you go. Good job, Otto. So now we should go ahead and run this. So you can see that we've used a little bit of gold here, since that's already gone down. Oh, actually, I don't think I've ever emptied it. Whatever, it's fine. All right, so there we go. Now we've got a little bit there, but this is still enabled. So, yes, bam, there we go. A little bit of tungsten, perfect. That's set to the wrong priority. Actually, we want that to be 5 and 5, or 6 and 6, whichever. So yeah, they deliver to this one first. A little bit more, dupes, a little bit more. And now they deliver over here. Okay, so perfect, it's working just as intended. How about that? Pretty cool. I think that's going to be nice and useful here. All right, so yeah, that actually worked out really good. I like it. Kind of able to automate all of the tungsten, gold, and iron thus far, and I'll probably apply this to lime and some other things to try to get steel manufacturing up and running. I think Drecos is going to be a new topic for another video right here, so that I can get this glossy Dreco up and running, so I can get some plastic out of it. Maybe switch on over to metal refineries, make that a little bit more efficient, maybe get a little power out of it. Not to mention we have oil over here. So many different things and directions we can go, but that'll have to happen next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the content for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, guys, stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.